Whoa, that was close.
Flashback.
Oh, come on. Having some battery problems. I did not want to get stranded here. But I made some new friends today, Keenan and Olivia. And something I wasn't aware of is that these two 16-year-olds got their motorcycle licenses. Were required to take the California Highway Patrol course to get their licenses, and they're out here riding, and I just think that's absolutely spectacular. You know, it's funny because I turned 40 this year. These kids are old enough to be my kids, or young enough to be my kids, and I planned on doing this video talking about the past decade and the things that we've done, where my life has gone in the last 10 years. You know, it's just one of those times where 2020 and you get all reflective during this time of year, not just because it's the new decade, but, you know, every time we're turning over a new year, I tend to think about how things went the past year, but because we're turning over a new decade as well, you know, the contemplation and the self-reflection goes even deeper. And I don't know if it's that way for you, but it is that way for me. And so, you know, meeting these two riders who, for one, have parents that are trusting enough and understanding enough that these kids who are safe riders. I mean, I rode with them from Woodland to Davis, and not once did I ever think, you know, frankly, I didn't know how old they were because I kind of just joined them on the fly, that they could be so responsible, such that they could be safe riders. She's only been riding, that she's only had her motorcycle license for a few weeks and just got her bike. Well, actually, I take that back. She just got her bike. I don't know how long she's had her license. So, Olivia, if you're watching this video, you can correct me. But it's just, I think it's amazing that young people not only have a desire to ride, but are out here and they're staying within their means. They're not riding like stunt riders and putting their lives at risk. And that's good to know. That makes me, not only does that make me happy, and it makes me think that my kids can do it, because I know that my kids do have an interest in riding, but that I can know that they're out there and being responsible, safe riders. So anyway, that's a good segue for me into my self-reflective look at the past decade. And what I wanted to talk about first was the fact that this past decade has been a big step forward for me as far as me growing as a person and me growing as an actor and a creative person in general. Just to give you a little bit of background, in the previous decade, 2000 to 2009, I had only done 10 shows in that decade. Now, I did 7 of those shows in the last 2 years of that decade. So it kind of gives you an idea of the arc that my life took to get me to where I am now. Because in the decade following this past decade, I've done 26 shows, and we'll be doing my first show of the new decade here, opening in a couple weeks. So it's just really cool to see where my life has gone as far as my acting career wise and just creatively. Which brings me to my channel, because my channel was a way for me to merge 2 of the things that I love to do the most, which is be creative and ride motorcycles. So before we talk about my channel, let's talk about my journey as a rider. So 10 years ago, I decided I wanted to get my motorcycle license. My wife, who is so amazing and so understanding, so patient with me, she knew it was something that I really wanted to do. I was really dedicated in finding all I could about riding before I even considered getting a license, about bikes, about safety, all of that stuff. And she told me that she did not want to be the person that stood in the way of doing something that I felt passionate about, something that I really, really wanted to do. And she said if I really wanted to do it, that she wasn't going to stand in the way. That kind of makes it sound like less like she endorsed the fact that I wanted to ride, and more like she was going to let me do it whether she wanted to let me do it or not. That's not how it was at all. She was totally supportive, and that I thank her for so very much. And I can't wait for her to start on her riding journey as well, because I know it's something that she wants to do. There's just something that there's just that hump that we need to get over before she's ready. So I'm going to be patient with her as well. I'm going to take her out with me, and we can enjoy the bike together before she gets her own license. So 10 years ago, I got my motorcycle license. I went from loving theater and loving motorcycles to finding a way in 2017 to merge the two. Not necessarily merging theater, but merging my creative and my passion for creativity into one thing. And that's where we are now. We're here on my motovlogging channel. I've had this channel since about August of 2017. You know, we're just about at 3,000 subscribers. And I can't say how thankful enough I am for all of the support that I get here on YouTube, for all the support I get on Instagram. If you haven't checked out my Instagram, hop on over there as well. There's the links in the description below. But it has just been such a fantastic, amazing learning and discovering, and just an experience I never could have imagined would bring me here today. The channel just recently surpassed 1 million views, and we've posted over 400 videos now. These are just things that I don't know that I could have predicted where I am as far as my channel goes to where I am now from where I started. Okay, the audio is going to be a little bit awkward because my camera here turned off. So now I've got to talk to this camera, which is not so bad because now I feel like I can talk to you guys directly without having to worry about shaky cam and all of that. But I was really getting to the end of my point here, which is in these last 2 years of the 2010s, the 2010s, I was able to discover this amazing thing called motovlogging on YouTube. My first channel that I watched frequently was Blockhead. I loved his humor, I loved his creativity, I loved his motorcycle, and I loved his style. And I wanted to start a channel, not necessarily along the same veins, because I'm not as funny or creative as Blockhead is, but I wanted to start a channel in the same way, and then inject my own personality and my own style to make this channel to what it is today. I'm still learning, I'm still growing. Obviously, I'm still evolving as a writer as well. You know, as long as this channel goes on, you might even see a different bike. You might see an additional bike. You know, I don't put a limit on my channel, and you know that if you watch my channel, if you're a subscriber, because you see that I don't just post content that's motorcycle related. I branch out, I take you with me to my theater experience, I take you with me to do other things, and in that way, my channel is original, and it's me, and it's me being able to put myself out there on YouTube, and my family for that matter, and just take you along with me on my life's journey. So I know that this video is kind of self-reflective and, you know, sentimental, sappy, whatever you want to call it, but here at the end of the decade, here at the end of the year, I just wanted to take some time to think back, to share with you my journey of where we've come from and where we're going. We're going to go from 3 videos a week to 2 videos a week. So you won't see a video here on Friday. We're going to test that out. Maybe after January, we'll change my mind and we'll go back to 3 videos a week. But for now, we're going to go to 2 videos a week and see how that goes. But I can't end this video, we can't end this decade without me taking the time to say thank you so much from the very depths of my heart, from the depths of my soul. My channel would not be what it is today without your support.
So I appreciate you. I appreciate you for watching. I appreciate you for commenting. Make sure, if you've got something to say about your past decade, where you've grown, what kind of person you've become, how you're evolving as a person, leave it in the comments. My comments, I like to think, are a safe place for you to share. I comment on everything. If you leave a comment down there, I will respond. That's just how I work. So please, in your journey as well, let me know how things are going with you and where your life is going in the next decade. But guys, that's all I've got for you today. If you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up down there, which is the like button. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. Guys, if you're out there riding, be safe. And if you're not riding, get riding. I'm that one guy, and I am out.